Good evening. So I looked into this thing between lives again. Now I know some things about it from my own experience, but I wanted to know more. I think it is important. See, you hear stories about this thing, right? From people with near-death experiences. They tell stories, and parts of these stories are a bit similar. For instance, they talk about a tunnel, right? Many of them. They say, you move through a tunnel. I moved through a tunnel, they say, towards a light, a bright light. See? So what's this? And they talk about extreme happiness, harmony. The stories are different, but there are some similarities. So I wanted to know more about this. So this is what I did. I started asking questions. When I do meditations, I always ask questions about things, right, that I want to know more about. Things that I have attention on, I ask questions about it, right? Well, that's what I started to do a few days ago. So it's very simple. I just ask these questions. Can anyone please tell me about the tunnel? Or the light? Or whatever? What happens? And today I got answers. And I want to share this with you. Now these answers came from a spirit. And this was a spirit in very good shape. It was very easy to understand the spirit. I trust the spirit, Now, I don't know if the spirit knows, right? So I'm not done. I will keep asking these questions and compare it to other observations that I have. No, it's just for me, actually. I want to know, you see. And it is my job to share this with you. And you do whatever you want with it. Right? You can call me crazy or whatever. I don't care about this. I just share it. And if it makes sense for you, well, I don't know. So anyway, so of course the guy, the spirit, maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's possible, right? But I know that he was honest. Well, I know this. You don't. I don't know. I don't think so. But I know. And that he was a good guy. See. So this is what he said about these things. I wrote it down to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, so first he talked about the tunnel and the light. Great. So this is what he said about the tunnel and the light. He said, look at it as if it's a bait. That's right. You put a worm on a hook, you go fishing, right? You throw the hook into the water, and sometimes you catch a fish, right? That's what he said, actually. That's what it is. It's a bait. Well, it's the light that is the bait. The idea is the spirit who ended a life will go towards the light. That's the idea. And the tunnel, I don't get it, what the tunnel is. He didn't tell me. He talked about it, the whole thing, as being a bait. So you move towards the light, and then what? Well, you end up in a place, right? And in this place, you will feel so good, right? Extremely good. And you will say to yourself, I will never, ever leave this place. This is fantastic. Totally relaxed and happy with everything. And you understand things, and everything is great. And he said, this is the idea. I know this is wild stuff, but this is the idea, he says. Now, different individuals have different experiences there when they come out of the tunnel. But whatever it takes, whatever makes you happy, they will experience it, you see. And it says this is manufactured. I know, it's wild. So, for instance, you will see maybe colors, amazing colors, and this will make you all so happy, or love, you will have this love coming towards you, and you will feel so good about it. Or, angels, whatever makes you happy, that's what you will see, that's what you will find there once you come out of the tunnel. And that's the whole idea. You want to say, no, I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay here. Right, that's the idea. Okay, so then you stay for a while. Right? And then he said, then there's the next thing that happens. And that's a flash, he says. Well, he tried to describe this one for me, and it was hard for me. I think it looks like some very advanced technology that we don't have here. But when he told me about it, I thought about that movie, Men in Black. I'm sure most of you saw this movie. I'll tell you anyway. So it's a movie about aliens. So aliens exist on Earth, right? And some people witness these aliens. And when they do, the Men in Black come along. These are agents. I know Will Smith was one of them. Pretty good movie, I think. So the agents come along and they have this thing, it looks like a pen, right? And they click on this thing and there's a flash. And all these people who witnessed the aliens will forget. They will forget everything. Right? They will go sort of blank. And so the event is erased. And then the agents will tell them some bullshit story for them to believe, about what they saw. That's what I thought of when he described this flash. Right? Now, again, I want to know more about this flash. I don't understand it, but he said it was very, very strong, right? Extremely strong, this flash. And this is what happens. The spirit who have this flash towards them will forget. The memories will be erased. The memories from their past life will be gone. Right, that's what he said. And then the next one is this. Now, I didn't ask about this, but he just told me this. He said, then they wrapped them up, he said. And he showed it to me. It looked a bit like you have a gift and you wrap it up in paper, right? But it wasn't paper, it was something else. I don't understand what it was. But they are wrapped up. That's what he said. The spirit is wrapped up. And it's now ready for shipment, he said. And the shipment is, the spirit is sent back to Earth to start a new life. So that was the end of it. That was the whole process. And when I looked at the process, it looked very advanced. It was, I don't know what to say. Controlled, very controlled operation. See? They were in complete control. Once the spirit came there, left the tunnel, came into the light, they had total control. Once the spirit decided to stay, they had control over him. See? See? That's what it looked like. Extremely advanced things. Absolutely wild. I know. And you believe what you want. I just have to tell you. Right. Oh yeah, and then I asked him, so how do you stay away from this? And he said, well, you just need to be smart, you know, and aware. You need to say, okay, so I see the light, but I know what it is. See, I'm not going there. I'm not taking the bait. It's like this old fish, big old fish, you know, bottom of the sea. He can see the hook, and he will say, no, I know what this is. I'm not interested in this. That's what needs to happen. Right. And this part makes sense to me, because I know this from my own experience. You know, when I ended a lifetime, I'm thinking about one in particular. I was just hanging around, you know, waiting for the next one. I didn't do anything. See, I was checking on the grandchildren, children. You know, they say this is a bad thing, right? You hear this sometimes. They say, oh, this was a ghost, right? It was a ghost. He didn't move on. He should move to the light. Oh, it's just hanging around, you know, looking at the grandchildren and everything. Bad spirit. It was a ghost, right? Now, apparently, this is exactly what you need to do. That's the best thing. Well, that's what it looks like to me now. I will look into this more. But I'm getting pretty convinced of this, see? But I want to know much more about this. Right, so that's the thing. Your body dies, well, be cool, you know? Just ignore the light. Apparently that's the advice from this guy. Just be cool, you know? Check on your grandchildren and whatever you want to do. Check out some forests or some lakes or whatever, you know? And wait for the next opportunity to start a new life. The light is a bait. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced of this today. Right. Okay, that's all. Be good.